The day began with golden rays sneaking past the curtains, wrapping the room in a warm hug. Under a mountain of blankets, the boy stirred, a tiny smile blooming as he felt the familiar presence of his mother beside him. She held him close, her arms a safe haven, her hair softly brushing his forehead. No alarms, no rush, just the quiet hum of love filling the room. He wriggled closer and she whispered a kiss onto his cheek, both hearts sinking in that serene, sleepy silence. Moments later, the peace dissolved into a whirlwind of cereal boxes flying, toasters hopping, and juice spills turning into mini rivers across the table. The boy danced between bites and imaginary dragons under the table, while the mother chased crumbs and chaos with a heroic spoon in hand. Amid the mess, their laughter rose above the clatter. Breakfast wasn't perfect, but it was perfectly theirs. Shoes on the wrong feet, a backpack with everything but the homework, and a last-minute "where's my other sock" mission. The mother zipped through the house like a superhero, fixing collars and packing snacks like precious cargo. As the door slammed behind them, she bent to kiss his forehead and ruffle his hair, sending him off into the world with love smeared like invisible armor across his cheeks. The grocery store was their jungle. He zoomed ahead in the cart like a race car driver, dodging cereal towers and waving at strangers like royalty. She, the navigator of aisles, hunted for the best bananas while keeping one eye on her little tornado. At checkout, the boy sneaked a candy bar onto the belt. She spotted it, gave him the look, then slipped it back with a smirk. Mission complete. Afternoon sunlight draped the couch like a cozy sweater. They curled into each other, the boy's tiny fingers tracing invisible stories on her arm. No words needed. Just the gentle rise and fall of breath, the sound of cartoons humming in the background, and the way her hand cradled his head like it was always meant to be there. Bubbles exploded into the air like fireworks. Rubber ducks floated by like noble ships. The boy giggled uncontrollably as she made bubble beards and sang opera with the shampoo bottle. The bathroom became a splash zone, but her smile never faded. In that watery mess, joy soaked them both from head to toe. With dinner on the stove and the radio cranked up, the kitchen became a stage. She twirled with a spatula microphone, and he moonwalked in socks. Flour flew, pots tapped out rhythms, and every note bounced off the tiles with laughter. This wasn't just cooking, it was a nightly concert of joy, choreographed by the beat of their hearts. Pencils scratched, paper crinkled, and the boy's face twisted into dramatic expressions of "I can't." She sat beside him with patience stitched into every breath. Each question answered was a tiny victory, each eye roll a sign of progress. Between math and mayhem, she whispered encouragement through her presence alone. And finally, when he finished, he looked at her like she was the smartest human alive. Pajamas on, teeth brushed, mostly, and the stars peeked in through the window as she opened the book. Her voice transformed pages into kingdoms, dragons, and twinkling spells. The boy's eyes sparkled, his dreams already drifting ahead of the words. She turned the last page slowly, closing the book with a sigh, as if it held their entire world. Moonlight spilled through the curtains, painting the room in silver. She tucked the blanket under his chin, then leaned in close, her kiss like a secret wish pressed to his forehead. The boy, half asleep, smiled through dreams of bubble beards and kitchen concerts. She stood by the doorway for a moment longer, soaking in the quiet. The day was done, but her love, it glowed on, as constant as the moon. And so, another day ends in the heartwarming story of a mother and her little boy, a day full of chaos, cuddles, and unconditional love. If this story made you smile, laugh, or feel that little tug on your heart, then don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Animotion Clips, where every frame brings family, fun, and magic to life. Because the greatest adventures always begin at home.